Elsie's life had always been one of vibrancy and joy. From her days at KNUST, she was known as the star girl among her peers. She had a magnetic presence that could light up even the dullest lecture hall. With her smooth caramel skin, almond-shaped eyes, and a signature afro that she wore with pride, she effortlessly commanded attention wherever she went. Elsie lived her best life. In college, her weekends were packed with events, debates, campus parties, art exhibitions, and social hangouts at the popular student joint in Kumasi. She wasn't just a party girl, she was also brilliant. Elsie was always among the top students in her chemical engineering classes, earning her respect from lecturers and envy from her classmates. But her most striking trait was her confidence. Unlike most of her friends, Elsie had a firm idea of what she wanted in life. She had no patience for mediocrity, especially when it came to men. She often told her friends, "I won't settle for just anyone because society says so. I need a man who knows how to respect a woman." Elsie's pickiness with men became almost legendary. She had a long list of standards, which she wasn't ashamed to share. Her dream man had to be ambitious, well-mannered, kind-hearted, good-looking, and most importantly, respectful of her independence. "Elsie, are you sure you will ever find this perfect man of yours?" her best friend Daisy teased during a girls' night out at a college bar. "I'd rather stay single than lower my standards," Elsie replied with a laugh, sipping her iced Baileys. "Why should I settle? We deserve the best." Her pickiness didn't mean she lacked admirers. On the contrary, Elsie was the girl everyone wanted to date. Handsome athletes, nerdy scholars, wealthy businessmen. Her DMs were flooded with invitations, but Elsie always found reasons to reject them. Despite being surrounded by love-struck suitors, Elsie was genuinely content with her single life. She didn't view marriage as a goal or even a necessity. Instead, she saw it as an optional bonus to a life already full of joy. Her fear of marriage stemmed from growing up in a broken home. Her father was a loud, overbearing man who often humiliated her mother in front of friends and family. Her mother, once a vibrant and ambitious woman, had become a shadow of herself over the years, bending under the weight of her husband's verbal and emotional abuse. Marriage isn't for everyone, Elsie would tell herself when those memories resurfaced. "I'll never let a man take away my freedom or happiness." Her resolve was further strengthened when she compared her life to that of her married friends. Though many of them flaunted their picture-perfect weddings and happy families on social media, Elsie knew the truth. She'd often overhear their whispered confessions about unfaithful husbands, financial struggles, or the loneliness of being married to men who barely made time for them. "Why should I give up my freedom and peace for that?" Elsie thought. Tofiakwa. As Elsie approached her 30s, the whispers grew louder. Family members began dropping not-so-subtle hints. At weddings, her aunt would nudge her and say, "You'll be next, right?" At funerals, older women would sit her down to lecture her on the importance of settling down. Her friends too began to change. While she was out partying, they were busy posting baby photos and anniversary tributes online. During brunches, their conversations revolved around their husbands and children, leaving Elsie feeling like an outsider. "You are too selective, Elsie," Daisy said one afternoon, a slight edge to her tone. "You can't expect the perfect man to just fall into your lap. Sometimes you have to compromise." Elsie would laugh it off, but deep down, the comment stung. She began questioning herself. Am I too picky? Am I wasting time? What if I end up alone? Her night of dancing and laughter began to feel hollow. For the first time in her life, Elsie felt the weight of loneliness. But even as doubt crept in, she held on to her faith, praying fervently for God to bring her the right man at the right time. Little did she know, her desperation would soon lead her down a path she never anticipated. One that would test her resilience, her faith, and her very identity. After years of standing firm in her belief that she'd wait for the right man, Elsie began to waver. The constant pressure from friends and family, coupled with her own growing insecurities, made her question her resolve. She found herself entertaining men she wouldn't have glanced at before. Maybe I've been too rigid, she thought. Maybe I've missed my chances because I wasn't open enough. It was during this vulnerable phase that Elisha entered her life. Elisha was the kind of man who could charm an entire room without even trying. He was tall, dark-skinned, with a smooth, deep voice and an air of confidence that made women swoon. When Elsie first met him at a workshop event, he approached her with ease, his words flowing like honey. "I've been watching you," he said, with a bright smile on his face. "You have the kind of presence that's hard to miss." "I'm Elisha, by the way." Elsie blushed, uncharacteristically shy under his intense gaze. Elisha was persistent, calling her the next day and asking her out to dinner by the weekend. On their first date, he was full of compliments. "You are different from the other women I've met," he said, leaning in. "You're confident, smart, and stunning. You deserve to be treated like a queen." For the first time in years, Elsie felt desired, not just for her looks, but for her mind. Elisha seemed to tick all the boxes: successful, respectful, and attentive. She ignored the nagging voice in the back of her head that whispered, "Isn't this moving too fast?" Viewers, do you think Elsie has finally found her Mr. Right? Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye!